tried to headbutt a snake once when he was walking with Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
There was a snake out there, coiled up, sunning. He saw a snake, went down, and tried to hey, no! Come back here. We're not killing snakes today.
Well, I told you my Amber killing story, right?
No.
When I first moved in, I think it might have been right after you guys came up for the Royal Rumble. I have Amber's toys all over the place, and Amber's toys, because I want her to feel, she's only been in this new place for less than a month. So she's got her cat toys, but every once in a while there's household objects. She loves her. I got $3,000 worth of cat toys, but she'll play with a straw, bottle cap, rubber bands, old hair ties, you name it. So when I get up in the morning, and I have to get up at 5 a.m. back when I had a job, and I have to traverse through this obstacle course of her toys and household objects. Because they're all over the place, because I'm trying to get her to feel comfortable, so her toys are everywhere. But there's one toy I don't recognize, so I keep poking at it. And keep in mind,
oh no,
I don't have any shoes on.
It's 5 a.m.
It's 5 a.m. I don't have my glasses on. I don't know what this is. I keep hitting it with my toe, and I don't know what it is. So I finally turn on the light, and because I don't have I have to get real close to it. I'm on my hands and knees, and I can make out a tail, 2 hooves, and a trail of blood, and it's the bottom half of a mouse.
Oh!
Head's gone. Don't know where the head is, but yeah, that's the bottom half of the mouse. So now I'm like, I want to amputate my foot because I've been playing with it with my toes for the last 5 minutes, trying to figure out what the hell this was. And yeah, so I have to disinfect that, and I wrap my hands around like the mummy, and pick it up and throw it out. But no, never found the head. I'm hoping, because we watched so much of The Godfather, that she put the head in another mouse's bed to get the message. There was one of Sam Phillips's kids, the owner of Sun Records. They were huge fans of Sputnik Monroe, and they remember seeing an old black woman coming up to Sputnik Monroe. This is after he had been retired for many years. Came up to him and said, "I love wrestling, but I couldn't get up to the crow's nest because I walk with a cane and I couldn't get up there. It's because of you I could sit on the floor and enjoy wrestling, and that wouldn't have happened because of you." And that's the only time they ever saw Sputnik Monroe cry. Wow. And Dan, if you ever go down to the Rock and Soul Museum in Memphis, Tennessee, and you'll see displays of Elvis Presley, B.B. King, Ray Charles, Johnny Cash, you will also see in a prominent display the ring jacket and boots of Sputnik Monroe.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yes.
That is how, it's crazy how that was, I mean, that's a big deal. The whole story that you told is amazing. But to be able to get next to Cash or get in the same building as Cash and Elvis, man. And he didn't even have to steal anything from the black man like Elvis did.
I'm very comfortable doing my role in wrestling as it is now, which is kind of just helping.
Well, that was my next question. You're still going to be associated with H2O, and I'm assuming
H2O, IGB, and On Point, and even Sean Henderson runs his bi-yearly shows that he does, and I'll help out with those. I mean, and I go to Matt's school. I live fairly close by, and I'll work out with the kids and roll around a little bit, and sometimes I'll even agent matches for them if Matt asks me to, and just make sure that they're not, because sometimes when you're green, you want to do all your stuff and you don't necessarily know where to place it to make sense. And it helps to have somebody kind of place your stuff with you, so it kind of makes sense in the match. So I like helping out and doing that stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at peace with everything right now. So I'm good with it.
With that being said, I know you wanted to cover this, so this is the time now. H2O and
yes.
Interstellar Bonanza's got some shows
anyone
coming.
At home should get from this is that you should always put over your friends and their businesses, because if you don't, you're a dick. So here we go. So
wait, can you say that one more time so I can mark it as a highlight?
Yeah, really loud.
If there's one thing you should always do in life, is you should always support and put over your friends' businesses, because if you don't, you're a dick.
Thank you very much, Xavier Cross. I appreciate it.
It cost me $0 to do what I'm about to do. Never forget that.
It also costs you $0 to hit the share button.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of WoW lately.
WoW, I don't know what's going on. I'm afraid to look it up, so I haven't bothered, because if they're gone, I'm going to be mad. But WoW was they took that stigma from the early 2000s where it was just crap.
Yeah.
And WoW was doing real good shows for 2 seasons. And I don't know if they're ever coming back, but it was good stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to lean towards no, just pandemic kind of put a halter on it. It's tough to come back from that. People forget. No attention spans. They'll forget very quickly.
And this is a guy with ADD. And I'm saying calm the hell down. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I love wrestling, but I don't watch Raw. I don't watch SmackDown. I don't watch AEW live. I don't watch NXT live. I'll rewatch them. I watch the pay-per-views. I watch New Japan live, and I watch IWTV when the shows I want to watch come on live, and that's it.
Listen, I have video games to play and nuts to bust. I can't watch wrestling that much.
That's what I'm saying. There's other things going on in life. I can't sit there and watch, that much wrestling. It's too much time. You got 3 hours of Raw. You got 2 hours of AEW. You got 2 hours of NXT. You've got 2 hours of SmackDown. You got a 3-hour pay-per-view. New Japan runs 5-hour shows. IWTV streams a show every week. What am I,
And some training. That's why you put him with Eddie Gilbert. What he did for Sting, what he tried to do with the Ultimate Warrior, and what he did with Rick Steiner. Now it was his task to do with Ron Simmons, and once again it worked. Ron Simmons learned the finer points of wrestling psychology and how to move in the ring and what not to do in the ring, being a big, strong guy. And what Eddie did for Sting, what he did for Rick Steiner, he did the same with Ron Simmons. I always thought, had he joined the Varsity Club, that he could have taken that group to a whole nother level.
Oh my God!
Because the Varsity Club, to me, the best heel group next to the Horsemen, Mike Rotunda, Steve Dr. Death Williams, Danny Spivey, all great college athletes. You put Ron Simmons with that group, that's their new 4 Horsemen.
Oh my God!
It never happened, and I think I was one of the ones that started that rumor, because back in the day when the NWA came to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Civic Center, there was an entranceway that certain fans knew about, where the wrestlers would come in. They come in either in their own cars or in a cab, or with Flair's case, come in a limousine, and we always check in to see who it was. And I saw Kevin Sullivan driving Steve Williams, and in the back of the car was Mike Rotunda and Ron Simmons. Even though they were all heels, and Simmons was a face. So I thought that was the beginning of Ron Simmons being in the Varsity Club. Never happened, but it broke kayfabe for me. It's like, wow, I thought those guys were, but
how dare you?
Yeah.
Now then, I proceeded to buy 3 Palm Pre's. You know how expensive those were in those days, because I didn't have a carrying case for it. Dropped one at a fire. Got a replacement I didn't have to pay for. I only had to buy 2, actually. I got a replacement because it was within 13, 14 days, whatever. Went to another fire a couple of weeks later, dropped it again. Totally destroyed the screen. I did buy 3. Then I bought another one. I used to live in my parents' basement at the time. This was after the crash, and I'm laying on the couch down there, and it's an older couch that has nice gaps between the seats. Phone's gone. I fall asleep, I wake up. You'd think I'd be able to find the phone. This is a true story. I turned this fucking couch over 5 times with a flashlight and looked for this phone. I know it's there. I can't find it. It's gone. I can't find it. I spend a day looking for it. It's not there. I need the phone. I go back to Sprint. I buy another Palm Pre. 2 fucking days later, I fall asleep on the couch and drop that fucker again. I pull the couch over, find both phones.
Find both phones. Oh.
I was like, I'm not meant to have one of these.
Can't have nice things, man. You can't have nice things.
I couldn't goddamn believe it. I found it, and I was like, huh. God, it's so much money that I just can't get back now. It's just not coming back. It's gone. Piece of shit. It would have been better as a hockey puck, to be honest.
Or a paperweight.
And they announced the Palm Pre 2. I was like, nope. HTC Android it is. You can watch, that you need to watch, anything important, go to the channel, watch them in order, you've caught up. So within 3 hours, I'm done. I got everything I need. Skip the Sting interviews, but I got everything I need. I'm kidding. I love Sting, but I'm just like, why are you having him talk so much? Shut up. When you say I need an old wrestler who could talk well, Sting is not the first name that comes to mind. And this is from a Stinger.
Yeah. And you could even, as a Stinger yourself, Dan, or any hardcore Sting fan, you can't say, hey, remember that great Sting interview he gave?
Sure, I can. 2. I can tell you 2 of them. And the one I remember because I was there.
But as opposed to someone like Flair.
I can think of 60 of them.
Yeah, or Rock, or Austin, or, or hell, even Jericho.
Sting every now and then had moments of brilliance. It was every now and then over about 30 years.
2. Yes, it was. How? He wasn't even in the show. How is that a spoiler?
And the only person that spoiled it was you by saying it was a spoiler, you motherfucker.
You didn't know it was a spoiler unless you knew it was coming.
Listen,
Most everybody did. But...
Yeah, but I have another douchebag saying you gotta wait 24 hours for that. Fuck that shit.
Oh, fuck you. 24 hours. How about you scroll past it?
How about if you haven't seen it yet, stay the fuck off social media if you don't want to know. What the fuck you think everyone's talking about on Friday when it comes out?
I don't even know don't really know where to begin on this one, but Lacey Evans is pregnant. Now, before we discuss the entire thing, I'll get this out of the way. She's legitimately pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. That being said, I have no comment on that. She's a woman who has a relationship. She is pregnant. I don't care either way, negatively or it doesn't. She's pregnant. She's gonna have a baby. Great. Here's the problem.
Here's the problem with this woman being pregnant.
Here's the problem with this fucking woman being pregnant. No, I don't care if she's pregnant. What I have a problem is the writers of Raw, and the problem being is not only have they written this into storyline, but they've written in that the father of the baby is probably the Nature Boy Rick.
Just for the life of me, outside of the lazy booking and the stupid writing, and before we knew she was legitimately pregnant, every wrestling fan or sports entertainment fan I know were upset that, oh my God, they're doing a pregnancy angle and Ric Flair is the daddy. Oh man. How we're supposed to, and it was Flair trending worldwide because, oh my God, did something happen to Rick? It's like, oh no, Rick's the daddy of Lacey Evans' baby. It's like, oh man.
I don't mean this it was one of those moments where like, God, I kind of wish he was dead.
Yeah. I'll take Rick. I'll say goodbye to the Nature Boy like in a real way more than I want to see him. I don't want to see him buried, but
no, you know what I mean. It was like, yeah. He's not dead. Oh shit!
No, he's just buried it. Going back in time, back when the titles were called belts, back when the medical facilities were actually called hospitals, back when there was wrestling in all 50 states where you could sit next to each other, crammed in it, coliseums, basketball arenas, gymnasiums, high school gymnasiums, and sports arenas next to each other without any social distancing whatsoever.
Whew.
This, gentlemen and ladies, is the wrestling historian.
Just real quick, the reason why I'll be wearing masks well after the vaccine is because I've been at some of these wrestling shows with y'all. Yeah.
And the mask really is more of a...
it's a more me thing than you, trust me.
Yeah, it's not a... it's just, I will continue to wear a mask anyway. I wear it on the bus.
I'll also burn all my clothes when I get home. A lot of you exposed yourself when this pandemic started. We're going to make everything better. And he goes, and God bless Vince McMahon. And God bless... Oh, no, he says, God bless Ric Flair. And then Hogan goes, and God bless all of you. And most of all, God bless America. I was dying laughing the way he said it. Because it was still Hollywood with that sarcastic fucking asshole tang to it. Oh, God. I hated Hulk Hogan with a passion. I hated red and yellow Hogan. It's well documented within my family. I fucking hated that dude. I loved every bit of Hollywood.
Of course.
I loved heel Hollywood coming out to Jimi Hendrix, which is it's ironic now he came out to a black man's music.
Now, when you heard that Paul White had signed with AEW, what were your first thoughts?
I said, I guess he's wrestling Shaq. I did. The first thing I saw when I saw, and I know I read the press release first before I reacted, and I know he's supposed to be part of the commentary because AEW doesn't have enough commentators. The one thing AEW is really low on is commentators. Never enough during the show.
And especially a commentator who's a wrestler who's never done commentating before.
No, it'll be fine. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. No, they have no commentators. They didn't sign anybody worthwhile 3 times over to fill the seats at the commentary table. So I understand they absolutely, positively, extremely need commentators. We're miles away from where we are
right now. Exactly.
Where we are right now, and even at the end of the year, we will be a couple miles away from where we are, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. Please be on the lookout for Butch versus Gore. One of the things that is trying to change the big, huge tire fire in Port Richmond of independent wrestling. I threw that reference out for you. Remember that big fire in Port Richmond?
Yeah.
Richmond years ago? Was it 90,
yeah.
late 90s, mid to late 90s?
Yeah,
right near
covered 95. See, I automatically thought about the Springfield tire fire that's still burning.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
the big Centralia underground fire that is independent wrestling.
Yes.
I did acknowledge there were good people trying good things, correct?
Oh, yes, you did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was I differentiated the two.
No, and I know that's what makes you so sad because you know the good people that are in it.
It makes me angry. I'm so angry, Craig.